Hey guys, I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and BlackBerry 6 is finally on T-Mobile. The BlackBerry Bold 9780 is available at T-Mobile retail stores, online at T-Mobile.com. You know, design-wise, pretty similar to the BlackBerry Bold 9700. Design-wise, battery door is a little different. 5 megapixel camera on this phone as opposed to 3.2 megapixels on the old Bold 9700. Other than that, pretty similar, save for the fact that it has BlackBerry OS 6 on it. Is that a worthwhile change? Is it worth buying? And in light of the Android devices, the Windows Phone 7 devices that are out, we'll find out in the full review. Let's do another zoom in, the Galaxy Tab stuff, and then we can go here through the menu, look at our tabs, bookmarks, history, and then we can, let's see, where'd zoom go? There it is, okay, zoom, and then zoom out. So, it's one of those things. I've been working with Windows Phone 7 for a few weeks. Going back to this is challenging. Those people that are used to other browsers likely won't go back. Now, that said, for BlackBerry users, existing BlackBerry users, this is a welcome change. So, if you're dead set on staying with BlackBerry, you need the world-class email capabilities. You like the size. You need the physical keyboard. This may be the device for you, and the browser is much improved. So you can see the zoom in, zoom out. It's pretty flawless, save for some of the checkerboarding issues. Now I want to talk about Open Link in a new... Actually, that's not what I want to talk about. Let's go over here and click on the little thing where it says To, and it'll open up our tabs where we can see PhoneDog.com, and then we can see our Untitled tab that we didn't assign to a web page. So let's open up CNN, for example. And while that's loading, let's say we want to go back to PhoneDog. I'll click to the To over here and click on that, and then we can go back to PhoneDog, and bam, it pops right up. So it's definitely functional, don't get me wrong, and there are incredible improvements over BlackBerry OS 5.0 and other BlackBerry OSs of the past, but still, I think my inclination is to come in here and try and pinch and zoom, which obviously, because it's not a touchscreen, it doesn't work that way. So, for something that requires, for something that's as simple as me pinching to zoom, it's 3 or 4 steps to get over here. I have to scroll over here and click that, and then scroll up, and then so for people that are used to something like the HD7, where it's bam, pinch in, pinch out, you're done. That may be frustrating in the browser, but definitely some improvements. You can see the URL area went away. To get back to that, all I have to do is click, and it pops up, and I can click on the little web thing over here, and add to bookmarks, add to home screen, do bookmarks, do history, where I can open tabs. So definitely some improvements on the browsing front. So I didn't quite complete the run through the programs here. You can see, for the most part, it's an overhaul just in terms of the general user interface. But media is still here, and then Maps, which is a nice touch. It's nice to see that present on this device. AT&T on the Torch, and on a couple of the other BlackBerry devices, the Pearl 3G. They've eliminated Maps in hopes that people will buy AT&T Navigator. So it's nice to see it installed there. On the 9780. Let's have a look at the instant messaging. Typical culprits there: Windows Live, Yahoo Messenger, Google Talk, AOL, and over here in applications, the typical documents to go stuff. And then in games, you get quite a few options with Brick Breaker, Word Mole, Texas Hold'em, Sudoku, and Klondike there. So YouTube, typical apps pre-installed. But from a BlackBerry user's perspective, it's nice to see App World pre-installed. That was one of the biggest issues we have with App World. It was never pre-installed on OS 5.0 devices, so it's nice to see it on BlackBerry 6. I really like the universal search on BlackBerry 6. We'll type in old, for example, and you can just type from the main screen. Type in old, and bam, you're ready to go. And you can see that it brought up anything that has old in it, the old man McTweety address, options, search BlackBerry Podcast, search YouTube, Slacker Radio, and then it brings up, if it can't find anything, Google local search Google, search Slacker, search YouTube, etc. But you can bring up stuff like that, bring up winning, for example, it didn't find anything, so it offers me the option to search several of the different programs. So it's cool there, and you can bring up contacts if you have them by typing in their name, and it'll bring up contacts, and then it'll give you the option to search the different mediums as well. So that's pretty cool. If you need to do a quick search on the go, it's nice to have that feature. One thing I love about this device, the battery life is just phenomenal. I had forgotten how great battery life is with BlackBerry, and it doesn't change with the 9780 and with BlackBerry 6. It's still great. I got 2 days with moderate use, email, text messaging, occasional web browsing, making phone calls, doing all, I think I just said sending emails, but sending emails and listening to music. I was able to get about a day and a half, just under 2 days before the device powered down. That's fantastic, and for a smartphone, that's pretty impressive on the battery front. Call quality's been very good as well. Let's take a look at the camera quickly, because it is a 5 megapixel camera. It's an improvement over the 3.2 megapixel camera on the Bold 9700. And granted, I have a lot of light shining down right now, but in both well lit situations and low lit, I was pretty pleased with the camera quality. We'll pull up here, get close, and it does have autofocus, so we'll see. There we go. Bring it up. You can see picture quality is pretty decent. Let's do another one. Wait for it to zoom in. And let's go to the gallery and take a look at it. Picture quality is pretty decent in my opinion. For a 5 megapixel camera with autofocus, that's pretty good. I mean, it's clear, it looks good. There's a little bit of washout with the colors, but overall, easy to see the letters on the keys. And it is a well lit situation, granted. But let's try the HD7 for example. And wait for it to autofocus. So you can see, for a smartphone, that's definitely a good picture on that front. The video camera was similar for me. It's one of those things, for a quick shot every now and again, it's great. It's not going to replace your point and shoot or your HD video camera by any means, but it is definitely a decent camcorder, and it's an improvement over the 3.2 megapixel options that were on the 9700 and several BlackBerries of the past, and that flash remains to be a good touch. Much more coverage to come on the Bold 9780 on PhoneDog.com. In the meantime, be sure to like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. We're giving away 100 iPads and a trip to the Super Bowl in 2011, so that's pretty cool. Be sure to like us on Facebook and enter the sweepstakes. You get 6 different chances to enter. Thanks to our network sites. Be sure to check it out. Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Follow me on Twitter as well. PhoneDog_Aaron. I'm a pretty cool guy. I would love to hear from you. And whether it's a question about a phone or just in general to say hello, stop by and be sure to follow me. I would certainly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com. See you next time.